king in all of glory. The future is very bright for a man who's still in his prime.
Oh my God!
That may be it! A one-punch walk-off knockout! 3, 4. Alex Pereira! He is the GLORY Middleweight Champion, the GLORY Light Heavyweight Interim Champion, looking to unify tonight, Joe. And when I asked him if he's feeling any pressure, he goes, me? No way. I've been more active than Vakhitov, and I've destroyed everyone. All the pressure is on the Russian.
I have to agree with him. I mean, he is definitely the most feared man in combat sports. That aggression, that power, and I call that left hook the touch of death, because as soon as he touches you with it, you're out. And he does it with so little effort a lot of the times, but just so much devastating fashion and just nasty, nasty power.
He has 2 wins over UFC champion Israel Adesanya, including a brutal KO victory. He has destroyed some of the biggest names in GLORY Kickboxing over the past couple of years. Jason Wilness, Simon Marcus, Yusri Belgarwi. He's beaten them all, and usually in violent fashion.
From Siberian coal country, here comes Artem Vakhitov.
My name is Artem Vakhitov. I'm a light heavyweight champion.
He's one of these fighters that can really do it all.
Moving his head, playing around, trying to find uppercuts.
All ranges, all distances.
Vakhitov going out all the stops.
And what makes him that much more exciting is he has the ability to finish.
What a left high kick! He's the best closer in the business, any weight class.
Once Vakhitov has you hurt, it's just a masterpiece now.
Congratulations, what a performance.
I want more.
this will be the Glory Light Heavyweight Championship. 5 rounds of 3 minutes. Introducing first our fighter from the black corner. He holds a professional record of 32 wins, 6 losses, and 21 by knockout. His height is 6 foot 4 inches and 1.94 meters tall. His weight is 206.4 pounds and 93.8 kilograms. Representing Brazil, introducing the Glory Interim Light Heavyweight Champion and the reigning middleweight champion of the world, Alex Pereira. And his opponent from the white corner, he holds a professional record of 21 wins, 5 losses, and 8 by knockout. His height is 6 foot 1 inch and 1.85 meters tall. His weight is 207.9 pounds and 94.5 kilograms. Representing Russia, introducing the reigning and defending undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world, Artem Vakhitov! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 5 rounds of 3 minutes, and the referee of this match is Mr. Jan Frana.
This is world title fight, 5 rounds per 3 minutes. Follow Glory rules, listen to my comments. Good luck, back to the corners.
Can Alex Pereira become the first Glory fighter to ever hold 2 titles simultaneously in different weight classes? Or can Artem Vakhitov prove once again he is the cream of the class? Here we go, 5 rounds, light heavyweight title on the line.
One of the fun things about watching Pereira is how effortless he is in the ring. Doesn't look like he tries too hard.
He's in the matrix, Joe. He's figured it out. Look at that. Vakhitov, though, he can figure it out.
Yeah, like I said, very well-rounded, intelligent IQ for Vakhitov. So I'm thinking the kicks, the low kicks for Vakhitov are going to play a big factor.
Vakhitov has suffered a broken hand in at least 2 of his last fights, possibly 3, but he's had 2 years and 4 months off. He says it's healed completely. Let's see how comfortable he is throwing it. Nice head kick there from Vakhitov. We asked Pereira about maybe one day moving up to heavyweight. He's got the frame for it, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's just got that big frame that can put on muscle. And I'm sure if he focused on his weight training, he'll be able to put on that weight very easily. There's those low kicks from Vakhitov.
Those can add up over 5 rounds. Vakhitov's last fight was August of 2018. A tough, close victory over Donaghy Abena, where he fought the majority of that bout with a broken hand. So he won it basically with one. We're having some technical difficulties. Obviously, we'll get you back out there in a moment. You can hear the fight. Now we can see it again. Thank goodness. I'm glad you put your shirt back on, Joe.
There you go. I usually take it off in between rounds, but...
Like George Costanza going to the bathroom, right?
You can see, I was going to say, Vakhitov's just playing those ranges really well, either really all in or all out.
Vakhitov with a counter right. But again, Pereira just looks like he's so relaxed in there. But you can't get too comfortable with Vakhitov throwing bombs at you. Nice low kick. You thought that might be the key.
Yeah, I do, and I think I've seen Pereira get hit with low kicks here and there. But the problem is, like, when you throw your low kick, you get those big punches thrown at your head. You might get the kicks, but you might eat the punches. I also think a good Pereira knee up the middle is a nice strike, because he knows Vakhitov wants to come in and pressure. Definitely an interesting start to that first round. So let's take a look at my keys to glory for Vakhitov. I talk about his controlling of ranges and his ability to fight on the inside, and I do feel like the low kicks are a good weapon for him. For Pereira, he needs to control the pace. He knows it's 5 rounds and he does it really good. He needs to use his counters and mixed weapons. What I mean by that, he needs to throw his knees up the middle as well as his round kicks to set them up. There wasn't any really big moments in that first round. A lot of the punches were blocked, and you can see the type of defense that Pereira's playing. It's more of a long guard style, kind of not keeping his hands pinned, where Vakhitov's got that high guard. So you see the difference of styles and defense being played.
Earlier tonight, Alex Pereira's younger sister, Eileen Pereira, lost to Tiffany Van Soos over 5 rounds in her title bout. Let's see if Big Brother is more successful in his fight.
I just like that both of these guys are really known for their boxing, but they're mixing their kicks really, really well.
Alex told us in his last fight he was trying to get his opponent to throw some punches so he could open up and land a counter shot. Do you think that's what he's trying to do here?
Yeah, it's that long guard style where he's keeping his hands away from him and he catches punches on the outside. That helps him counter punch a little bit more and a little bit faster.
Artem Vakhitov told us that he has a plan and he must stick to it. This is a very serious fight. I can't afford to make even a single mistake. That's the level that these two kickboxers are at.
I mean, you got to think if Vakhitov drops his right hand 1 inch, those hooks are coming in. Like I said, those knees. Watch out for Pereira's knees, I'm telling you.
He knocked Jason Wilness out with one.
It's the defensive style. Like Jason Wilness, Vakhitov sitting in the middle with his hand really guarded and really shelled. That's the perfect time to throw knees or an uppercut.
No flinching.
Still to come, we've got Rico Verhoeven versus the Tank in our 4-man heavyweight tournament final. Nice left hook there from Vakhitov.
Yep, Pereira getting too comfortable with the knees, dropping his hands a little bit.
Step back.
In Las Vegas, this fight started out as almost even money, but it turned into Pereira as a 2-to-1 favorite. All the money coming in on the Brazilian. And there are those knees, 13 of them.
Yeah, I just think the big factor is we don't know how Vakhitov's hand is as well, right? So I think that's where Pereira got a lot of, credit coming into this fight. And we haven't seen Vakhitov since Glory 66, so our recency effect is Pereira knocking everybody out.
Another right hand lands for Vakhitov.
Looks like Vakhitov only throwing about 18 punches, head punches, but when he lands them, they're doing work. They're set up well.
And Pereira has the kind of power that even if your shell is up, Joe, and he hits you through the gloves, it's still going to cause damage.
Oh yeah, that still will rock your brain a little bit. But Vakhitov's finding that counter right hand. He almost blocks and then fires right out again.
So far, a good strategy, it seems, for the Russian.
Yeah, I think so. He's pressuring well, doing good, not eating any of those big knees, landing some good shots with level changes.
Stop! Step back! No clinching.
And there is Eileen Pereira. Good round for Artem Vakhitov. Vakhitov 5 title defenses since winning the belt back in 2016. His most recent against Donagi Abena. He was fantastic at Muay Thai, a 12-time IFMA amateur gold medalist.
The challenger, the interim champ from Brazil, Poatan. Stone hand. He'll put you out with any of his strikes. Left hook, right hand. And he's won his last 8 fights, 6 by KO. Devastating KO.
Step back, step back.
scheduled for 5. Joe, how do you have it through 2 rounds?
Well, they were very close, but I thought Pereira in that first round, I'm going 1 apiece into this third. I thought Vakhitov did a little bit better at that end of that second round to give him the round. So I have it 1 round apiece here. Very, very close, though.
Stop! Stop. No clinch.
Vakhitov landing 70% of his total strikes. Pereira landing more. Vakhitov's chin is certainly going to be tested here tonight if it hasn't already.
Yep. I mean, he's moving off, high guard defense, still walking forward. Doesn't seem to be fazed by that Pereira power.
You gotta like the movement though from Vakhitov. Always bounce around, always on his toes.
Yep.
Great footwork.
Yep, slipping his head when he's kind of bouncing. He's getting ready to counter. Kick fighting pretty good tonight. Not as many low kicks as he did in the first round.
If you knew nothing about Pereira and turned this fight on, you're thinking, is he tired? Is he fatigued? Why is he keeping his hands down?
Like I said, that's his relaxed style that he has. And even those big knockouts we talk about, it's done with this type of effort, you know? That's why it's that natural power. Like a lot of people say, the power you have is genetic.
Still waiting for that big power punch to land for Pereira. We know he's got it in his arsenal.
I like that Vakhitov decided to go back to the legs.
Pereira this week around the Fighter Hotel had been wearing a jaguar tooth around his neck. That's his spirit animal there in Brazil. Joe asked him, did you kill the jaguar with your bare hands? Is that how you got it? I didn't actually know what he was going to say as an answer. But he said, no, his friend from the Amazon sent it to him. But he does love representing all the people of his home country of Brazil.
It wouldn't have surprised you if he killed it himself, though. And right now, it looks like Vakhitov's the big killer coming forward.
No one's really gone after Pereira like this, but Vakhitov is right in front of him applying the pressure.
Yeah, that's why, you know, he's one of the pound-for-pound best. I mean, he was definitely one of my favorite fighters to watch in Glory. I mean, I really value fighters that can do it all, especially mix their kicks with their punches, have good knees, different styles, and ability to adapt. That's Vakhitov.
Well, Vakhitov doing more than just holding his own against the much feared Poatan Pereira.
Você ganhou o primeiro, o segundo pode ser de qualquer lado, e o terceiro para mim você ganhou. Eu quero round um pouco. Respira. Respira fundo. Já fecha. Aí. Toca tudo água. Faltam 2? Falta 2. Eu quero mudar. Roda e bucha.
Are you seeing any ring rust from Artem Vakhitov at all?
No, not really, to be honest. I think he's fighting like we used to see him. Nothing really changed. He hasn't had to go southpaw to protect the hand or anything, so he looks like he's back.
We are now in the championship rounds. Big high kick.
And my unofficial card, I have Vakhitov just slightly ahead here.
The last time Alex Pereira went past 3 rounds was back in June of 2016. He won by a 4th round knockout against Junior Alpha. So Vakhitov always seems to go 5 rounds, at least recently. So let's see if Pereira's power can hold up in the late stages. We're in the championship rounds in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. You're watching Glory 77. This to unify the light heavyweight title. Pereira, the interim champion. Vakhitov, the world champ.
You see there Pereira throw a hard left hook off the guard of Vakhitov. And Vakhitov had to exit a little bit because there's that much power. He resets even after blocking sometimes.
Another good flurry there for Vakhitov.
Yeah, and he did it as a counter and a combination, which is nice. He's countering in combinations.
And downstairs for that lead leg. He hasn't focused on that as much as you thought he might.
Yeah, he mixes it in here and there.
There it is again.
Yeah, he does it, but it hasn't been a consistent attack. He's maybe using that low kick more to set up his hands rather than to finish the leg itself.
Pereira throwing twice as many strikes. If I told you that before this fight began, you'd think, oh, Pereira's killing this guy, but it's close.
Yeah, very close. And there hasn't been those big damaging shots to sway the fight one way or another.
Well, all it takes is one from Pereira. There are the knees, switch knee for the Brazilian, goes up high again.
Yep. We haven't seen Pereira throw those in the last 2 rounds. There he's bringing it back
again, and that forced Vakhitov to exchange, and that's what he does. Put everything he had into that left hook. His money punch.
Step back.
This round is the closest one of them all, I think.
Oh, and Vakhitov got the better of that exchange.
Ooh. Pereira lifted that knee.
This is a bit of a chess match, and look at Vakhitov. A couple of power punches right before the bell rings. Could that sway some of the judges?
Yep, that's what I'm thinking, you know. The last little attack, it needed something in that moment. Yep, that knee split the guard. I mean, that high guard defense of Vakhitov, I mean, it's good to counter, stay defensive, but they're not the best defense against those knees. But in order to defend those knees, you see Vakhitov pressuring and throwing big overhand rights. There was a little eye roll there. I mean, there is power behind those. Again, to shut down those knees, you got to throw those power shots.
Is Vakhitov throwing stronger punches than Pereira and kicks right now? Because as you can see, Pereira, as we look at our fight statistics in front of us, he's landed 40 more strikes. Generally speaking, you're like, well, but his strikes aren't as powerful as Vakhitov. That's why Vakhitov's won some rounds.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think these numbers are telling the fight at all. You know, I mean, you just got to think. In my eyes, it's Vakhitov just trying to stay one step ahead. You know. But very close, extremely close.
And final round, it could all come down to this championship round. Pereira, the interim champ. Vakhitov looking to hold the gold around his waist. Hasn't lost in 6 years. It looks like the right hand, though, is holding up for Vakhitov.
I mean, like I said, his last fight.
Big overhand right again for the Russian. And he caught him again. Can you imagine if Vakhitov is able to knock out Pereira?
With the injured hand. I mean, the way he's rolling off. Just good power from Vakhitov. Nice.
I'm wondering if Pereira thinks he's way ahead. For all we know, he might need a knockdown himself.
Stop.
Oh, that's a trip. Can't be doing that, Artem.
Under 2 minutes to go, but it's been an extremely close contest between two of the best in Glory.
The problem is, too, like we see Vakhitov coming forward, so you kind of sometimes give that the advantage, but Pereira moving backwards is still doing really good. He's active, he's punching, mixing knees, still chopping away. So we might see Pereira moving backwards a little bit, but he's still striking and landing well.
Not a lot of power behind those punches. Vakhitov fighting like he needs this round.
Step back.
I like the movement, though, for Vakhitov in round 5.
Yeah.
Still seems a bit fresh.
I mean, I just like that little bit of head movement, the strong defense, him coming forward, blocking the shots, countering. But I think this is a better round for Pereira. I mean, he's coming forward, he's a little bit more active, putting the combinations, minus him eating those 2 big hands. I mean,
but those are the ones that you'll remember when the round ends.
It's damage, right? It's damage. Those big right hands from Vakhitov was the best thing in this round.
Especially when Pereira keeps his hands down and just you see his chin snapping side to side.
But a lot of that chin turn is the way of taking the power away from the punch. That's what you mean by like rolling with that punch, right? They still land very powerful. That low kick was nice.
Looks like we got a cut over the left eye of Vakhitov.
Those scissor knees.
And that will do it. It's anybody's guess. Who is the Glory Light Heavyweight Champion?
A very good guess. I mean, either way, Pereira fighting backwards, being active, Vakhitov coming forward with good combinations. Man, what a tough, close fight.
I have a feeling we're going to see this one again sometime soon.
Has to. It was way too close.
Yeah, no, not a definitive result either way.
No, I mean, you can kind of guess for here and there, but I mean, it almost does, disservice to these guys to guess the pickle winner, because in my eyes, it was close.
Let's jump into our highlights from this 5-round light heavyweight championship fight.
I mean, you got to think this is such a high-level fight where one little mistake can cost you your world title. So you see both gentlemen being very defensive, very good with their counter shots, and really masters at understanding range and distance control. It seemed like Vakhitov's plan was to come forward, pressure, throw some good combinations, where Pereira was fighting off the back a little bit, moving backwards, mixing his jabs, kind of trying to set up those big power shots. So, I mean, could it have been that forward pressure of Vakhitov that the judges saw? Or is it that backwards fighting, the bigger power shots from Pereira? Those knees that we saw, those scissor knees up the middle. Because both gentlemen had good moments, whether it's with knees or overhands. And this 5th round, you saw Vakhitov rip the body, then go with those overhand rights. It seemed like that was Vakhitov's best punch. They're just behind the ear. Very, very good technical fight.
Other than the cut, it's good to see Vakhitov healthy after a 5-round fight. It seems that hand held up under the pressure as we look at strikes by round. And obviously this is subjective, Joe, but it's hard to argue with what Pereira was able to do.
I mean, they're not that much difference. Round 4 is about 3 strikes. Round 5, 3 strikes, so very close.
There's your strike count. Overall, 107 to 153 for Vakhitov, 144, 292 for Pereira. How did the judges see it? Let's find out. I'm being told they're still tabulating the numbers.
This is a fight you'd want to double check.
Hey, you want to triple
check it. Yeah, this is one we really, really want to make sure we got the right winner here. Just good to see Vakhitov back and healthy. And both of these guys are my favorite fighters to watch, so I'm happy, it was a good fight and possibly see it again.
Well, we said wherever this fight goes, Vakhitov has the tools for the job. Was this the type of fight you thought we would see?
I think so. I mean, from my keys to glory, I kind of built this fight in my head, and it kind of played out how I expected.
You'd almost like to see this as a draw. I mean, it was that close.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't really hurt. I mean, Vakhitov keeps the title, gets us another fight at least, but I really enjoyed the technical aspect of this fight. I really did.
All right, the numbers are in. Who is the light heavyweight champion of the world? Let's find out.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 5 rounds of 3 minutes battling against each other. And now we have a winner of this contest. And the winner by split decision, and new Glory Light Heavyweight Champion of the World, Pereira.
Artem Vakhitov has the look of what happened happened.
Yeah, he did not expect that result.
Here to present the belt, head of talent operations, Glory, Mr. Robbie Timmers.
A split decision win, so I would assume it was 3-2, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it was that close.
So Pereira has become Glory's first ever simultaneous two-division champion. Joe, put that accomplishment into perspective.
Well, I mean, to be a one-division champion is a huge accomplishment in this world. To think another weight class is 15 pounds heavier, I mean, it's just that much. And I think between middleweight and light heavyweight, it's even more. So it's just so impressive. And Pereira even said he could have made middleweight for this fight. So it just shows how talented he is.
We're going to look at the judges' scores right now. This is how close it was. Two judges gave it to Vakhitov. In fact, one scored all 5 rounds. Look there at the bottom of your screen for the Russian. But 3 gave it to Pereira. It was just that close.
Alex, congratulations. You are now the middleweight champion of the world and the light heavyweight champion of the world. How do you feel?
Como é que você se sente sendo o campeão meio pesado e o médio agora?
Para fechar com cinto de ouro, né? Porque o Vakhitov falou que eu tava segurando o cinturão que era dele, na cinturão de prata, mas agora eu tô com o verdadeiro. Ele falou certo, né? Mas agora eu tô com o verdadeiro. Tô muito feliz de representar o Brasil, representar minha equipe, minha família. Muito feliz de verdade.
To finish with a golden belt, because Vakhitov said that I had the silver one, which he wasn't wrong about it, but now I have the golden one. You know, it was good for me, for my family, for everybody.
What do you think about your opponent, Vakhitov? He was the champion for 5 years. He hit you with some strong shots, but, well, you didn't even blink at some times.
O que você achou do seu oponente, Vakhitov? Ele foi campeão por 5 anos e ele jogou uns golpes muito duros e você parece que nem piscou. O que você tem a falar sobre ele?
Ele foi muito bom, fazia um tempo que ele já não lutava, né? Pô, cara corajoso de ter aceitado essa luta, vendo tudo que eu venho fazendo já no meio pesado, né? No peso médio, tá de parabéns. É um atleta duro, digno de... Ele tava como campeão, mas agora, hoje eu fui melhor do que ele.
He's a great warrior, you know. He's been running this division for 5 years. Of course, you know, paying attention to my fights, and thanks to him to accept this fight. You know, he's a great warrior. Props to him. You know, he's a champion for a reason, but now it's my time to reign.
You are the champion in 2 divisions. You've beaten everybody. What's next for you?
Você é o campeão em 2 divisões. Você bateu em todo mundo. Qual que é o próximo para você? Pode mandar.
Bom, eu já vinha analisando junto com a minha equipe, né? Com a minha família, né? Campeões são movidos a desafios, né? E eu quero desafios maiores, né? Assim como o Rico tinha falado que eu não tinha chance para ganhar do Vakhitov, eu ganhei dele, então eu fui superior. Talvez ele ache que eu não sou um oponente para ele. Eu gostaria de uma super luta contra o Rico Verhoeven, um Collision 3, Alex Pereira versus Rico Verhoeven.
So, I show everybody what I'm made of today, and a champion is made of challenges. You know, Rico predicted that maybe I was going to lose this fight. Maybe he didn't thought that I was going to be a good challenge, but I moved off challenges. You know, me and my team got together. We studied this possibility for a long time, so I won. Alex Pereira versus Rico Verhoeven, Glory Collision 3.
Awesome. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Good luck. Boas.
Thank you.